Great to be here. Happy Friday, everybody. First Friday of the month. Lovely to see you all. All right.
Sweet.
All right. Awesome. So, like we do here at the beginning, just see what wants to come up for inquiry today. Maybe you knew before you joined. Just notice whatever looks like there's been a disturbance, like something that looks sort of reliably stressful. You would say if somebody asked you what stresses you out in your life without shame or guilt or trying to push it away. No one ever has to share anything here. It's just noticing what feels difficult and tumultuous. And notice the conditions of life that look like those are underway, those happen, and I have this stress response. So, something goes on, looks like something happens, something's said. It can be very small, could be very big. We put small and big in categories. And we just notice that condition and that something inside says, I don't like it. I don't want that. Or braces against it, something, fear or anxiety or sadness appear. And I have to be perceiving, this thing. I have to be perceiving it to have the feeling response. Like they go together like a little pair. Larry.
I'm afraid of doctors because they may find something wrong.
Okay, perfect. What I like about that one is just notice that it's if I've ever like I have to imagine this them finding something wrong, like to really go into a moment when they really did find something wrong. Of course, I would then start to imagine that into the future. I would be like, this could happen again. This could happen. Oh, it goes like this sometimes. Uh-oh, this could happen again. I might even just hear about that from somebody else. I don't have to experience it directly myself. My neighbor told me they went to the doctor and da 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 da. But I have to be there experiencing this with a doctor. And so I'd have to see, I'd have to be perceiving that it is definitely something wrong that they're saying. So this thing that's happening that they're reporting, the doctor's reporting it. I'm seeing it as wrong and dangerous. And you could go to the thing that they're talking about. Like they're just the messenger, right? I mean, you can stay with the doctor if you want. Like, I don't like doctors because they are the messengers. But really, you also just holding that behind that, they're talking about something that is threatening. So, I mean, so it can be quite something to go and just look directly at the thing that is threatening, just purely at that. I don't like that news. Um, but I get it. If it's like something like where you think you are going to go have a doctor's visit and it's all infused with this experience, this past experience, has to be past experience there, you know, um, that says they could have this bad news that they would deliver. But something about the body, just that the body, some kind of condition that the mind will definitely say is not good. It's so interested in survival of the body. So everyone else, same thing. Just look at what, I mean, it's just it's a good example of like just seeing what looks like, what your mind sees, what it's experienced, and then it might project that into the future. So sometimes that anxiety arises because I'm imagining something that could happen and I don't like it. It's coming. Let's hear some other just one liner. So when you're sitting there, how do you get the thought that goes with the feeling? And just see what upsets you. The best way to do it is, I find, answering the questions on the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet, just journaling on them, answering them, sitting with them. But they are things that are just frequently right in there in the mind, like the objections. So, what do I want? How do I want this to change? This thing that I'm looking at, how do I want it to change? What advice do I give it? What do I need from it in order to actually be happy and peaceful? What do I believe it needs to do or say or think or be like for me to be happy, relieved, relaxed? Christine.
Yeah, mine is I want the judge to acknowledge that we did not cause this either.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because her last a few of her last words were, like from my dad's wife, she didn't cause this. And I was like, well, we didn't either.
Ah,
Yeah.
ah,
So
okay,
she
yes.
didn't acknowledge us either.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, good. Right. Just say that's a good one. Just noticing this. I want acknowledgement. I want acknowledgement. Yeah. Who else wants to share their one liner? Sometimes it's so great. You just drop it into the circle, what it is, or you can share it in chat. Use the chat in this Zoom. It's great. What does it look like as my objection? I object, Aaron.
So I like Larry's start because mine is I don't want physical pain. I'm over it. So don't
Yeah,
want to go to the doctor. There's
yeah.
so much wrapped into it. But when I bring it down to that, and maybe there's another way to say it or be more specific about it, that I want it to go away or stop or.
It's just great. Just looking at that, I don't want it. Yeah, I don't want this. It's,
Okay.
I mean, yeah. And it's very interesting because it's kind of like we're not doing the work so that we want physical pain or something absurd, And but noticing where the mind comes in and can kind of sometimes, exacerbate, like almost make it like, so we're looking at pain. Ooh, pain is really interesting. The physical sensation of pain. You just like noticing it arriving with its message, whatever it's doing, and just watching the mind say, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. And well, spending the time there in this inquiry can make it just very interesting because it'll want to get away from it. It's anything to get away from this thing, but you stay with it in the inquiry, like this is a meditation, and just see what happens.
I was thinking about how similar it was to tolerating binge urges,
Ah,
where it's kind of a wave of I want it to stop. I want it to stop. I can't deal with this anymore.
yes.
And then I need to do something now. It has a lot of that same quality.
Oh, it's really good to notice. Yeah, like a demand. Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. There's some good ones. Anyone else want to share? Mary.
Well, I'll just join in on this one.
Okay.
Um, I don't want this migraine condition.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I had thought about saying, something like illness, health and well-being is a better life than illness and pain, or
Mm-hmm.
but you were kind of encouraging Aaron to go with I don't want this. So I thought, well, let's try that. That feels pretty true. I don't want this.
Yes.
And
Yes.
well, and so to see where it goes, it's just like a interesting angle for
Yeah.
exploring.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. Okay. So Karen shares in the chat. I don't want to be rejected because I have difficult reactions or emotions. Yeah. So for me to be happy, I want them to accept, love, and appreciate me as I am. So that's so good. It's like here I am having a difficult emotion. You know what that is. And you see them, have a look on their face or say things or leave or whatever it is that people do. And we call it rejection. So say they're rejecting me, and you know why. It's because they're rejecting me because of my emotions. And then let's just question it. Okay. Even just the simple, they're rejecting me. It's really good. Okay. Okay. So just hold your situation. Take a look. There it is. You experienced it, laid out before you, and then we, remember or it's happening right now. Um, and just let yourself be right in the middle of it fully. We're going to see if there's anything we've missed. We'll just take a look at this condition. Here's what life looks like in this situation. Okay, so you don't want it. They're rejecting you. Whatever your thought is it true? Look at your thought. That's a belief right there. Is it true in your situation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Love we just get to have that. I love that there's a second question just to explore. No wrong answer. It's not like it's always supposed to be no. Don't even do that to yourself. That's like twisty in your head. So, can you absolutely know that it's true? Can you know the way you're seeing it is the whole truth? Can you absolutely know it's true that the meaning you've put on this thought, and you don't want to get too heavy if you start to get too super heavy into thinking about it, just see, is it true? Just look at your thought. Is it absolutely true? No doubt whatsoever.
No.
Ah,
Yeah.
wow. How'd you find your no?
Well, like I see us sitting there as like we're kids. Like acknowledge us.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's just so interesting because with the other side, with my dad's wife, she's so good at evoking people, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's just playing out exactly the way,
Mm.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it was supposed to play out. Yeah,
Yeah.
that moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's an interesting thing all in itself, is just to see what's the reality here.
Yeah, I shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Larry,
It is absolutely true.
that you don't like
They
doctors?
may, I know you wrote in the chat,
Yes.
they deliver bad news. They always deliver. I wrote they may find something wrong. That is absolutely true. They will always, in my experience, and I'm thinking of a specific experience here,
Hmm.
yesterday with Carol, my wife, where it doesn't matter how well you're doing. There's always something else you could be doing.
Ah.
Generally speaking, it's around a drug,
Mm.
you know. So yesterday she did mention some supplements, but still, it's never like, well, you're perfect. Go
Hmm.
home and enjoy your life. No, you'd enjoy your life better if you know, that's how they may not intend that. I
Hmm.
think they're doing, I mean, they're doing their jobs, they're doing the best they can,
Hmm.
but it's always, oh, maybe we should increase this dosage, or maybe, you know, something.
Yeah.
And I take that as bad news or wrong. There's something wrong.
Yeah. And that's what's good, is to notice the label of wrong, so that's wrong. I, I don't know. I just start thinking, here they've gone through training to find anything they can about the human body. That's their whole job. So is it wrong?
No, I do get, you know, the other thing I was going to work on, Grace, was this friend of mine who demands that I agree with him, which is exactly me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Christina, of course you're absolutely right. Come on. I was surprised you said, you know, I'm like that. Okay. So I get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, right. I'm thinking about wrong. Yeah. They're not saying this is wrong.
Hmm.
They're saying, I mean, yes, they want I, they want what's best. I have no doubt.
Sure.
From their perspective, I'm nervous about it.
Yeah. Which is good to notice. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's my answer? I don't.
Little
You shouldn't
tiny,
go, Grace. You should go. Final answer.
but
No.
yeah, I've done that
Then
before. Yeah. Final
I
answer?
changed my mind, and I
Yeah.
don't.
Yes. So it's good to
Okay,
see.
I don't know which is a no. I don't know for sure. Okay,
Yes.
I hate these calls.
I I know. I know. It'll just, it just starts breaking it apart. A little crack. I just saw a little crack going, like, a little fine crack in the glass. Okay. And, anyone that finds a yes, it's all right. I mean, it's just interesting to notice, for all time, from every perspective. Mary.
So we phrased it, I don't want
Yeah.
this migraine condition.
Hmm.
I got a second yes, which is kind of unusual for me.
Uh-huh.
But I was looking at it and I'm like, yeah, I absolutely don't want this migraine condition. It's sort of like if you had the chance to win the lottery and
Hmm.
you said yes or no, or this is like
Yeah.
somehow someone's going to say, okay, for the rest of your life, no headache, no, the whole condition goes away. Do you want it? Yes, I want it. Like I, so
Yeah.
it feels like it's absolutely
Yeah.
true. But
Yeah.
then I was like, where would the crack be in this, And I thought, well, the crack is sort of that with that belief, it's like I still want to run my life. I
Mm,
still want it to be me and my desires and my understanding of life to be what rules. That I'm still buying into my own religion
sure.
as opposed to accepting, loving what is, accepting like this, I'm in God's business, so
Yeah.
who am I to say what I should or shouldn't have in this lifetime
Yeah.
for a life or for conditions? So I guess I talked myself out of the yes into a no because I don't really want to
Yeah.
take over the world and be God.
Yes. Right. If there was suddenly a God saying, all right, wish granted.
You get to have everything you want and run the
Yeah.
show now. I'd be like, oh, well,
Yeah. Wait a minute. I'm not sure.
not sure I'm ready
Yeah.
for this
I
job.
don't want that. Yeah. Yes. I also love,
So
who who's talking, who wants it to never be here, or like there's something about that it's okay. It's like there that would arise, and I mean, I just think it's very human to not want pain and um physical pain like some of you are working on here, or like the difficulties, but who is that?
that actually really strikes a chord that there's a very particular part of me that is particularly objecting to this condition. It's
Yes. Yeah.
like a sub personality that has
Yeah.
a lot of judgments about it and a lot as opposed to sort of I don't know
Yeah.
some general
Yeah.
self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your hand probably doesn't care if you've had migraines or not.
Yeah, or even other parts of myself, my psyche
Yes. Yeah.
are
Good.
are more accepting, but there's a part of my psyche and that's the I don't want this. It's like it is like a child kind of personality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is great. I don't know. It's great to see that,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's having its tantrum and it's all right.
Hmm.
Nah. Yeah. And then we get to see, but looking more. Okay. Beautiful. So notice what happens when you believe it, when you think it, whatever belief is. It's like having something look really true and real and important. And um, how do you react? Like what happens in your body? What emotions appear? How do you treat what you're seeing? That person, but them over there, you yourself, back and forth. It'll look, but what does it feel like between you and them, Christine?
Yeah, the first thing I wanted to do was go, excuse me. I wanted to interrupt her. And I'll just say, it's not our fault either. The three of us, we've done nothing wrong. You
Yeah.
know, it's the first thing I wanted to do. I felt small though,
Mm.
judged,
Hmm.
not seen. And it's like, well, what happened before? What happened an hour ago when I was talking to you? What
Mm.
about all that? How did this switch all of a sudden? So the last 15 minutes, I was like, ooh, what's going on here? Yeah. And I had no idea how it was going to end.
Wow.
So yeah, I felt very small. And I'm sitting beside my sister and brother, and I thought insignificant in that moment,
Uh,
blamed, guilty, you know,
ah,
sitting in court and we've been deemed guilty,
ah,
of
yeah.
something.
And
Yeah.
that's really interesting to see. Like, I actually feel guilty. She's saying we're guilty. I mean, I might not feel guilty, but she's saying we're guilty. So I feel like defensive, I want to defend myself.
Yeah, I want to say, I
Yeah.
wanted to interrupt her.
Yeah.
And then I stopped myself because my brother did that. And she's like, I'm talking. And so it's like, I wanted to be the good girl and not say hello, you know?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so just small, felt very small in
Mm,
that moment
yeah.
and confused.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. And then I'm going to the past, going, did we do something wrong? Like what's going on here? But no, we haven't.
Yeah.
No, we haven't. We didn't cause this. She's the one that launched the lawsuit, not us.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And then I thought, oh, she got to her. My dad's wife got to her when she was talking because she's good. Yeah.
It's not great to see so much can happen in one moment. Just so the mind is so
Oh,
fast.
yeah.
It'll just be like, wow, what does that mean? That's a surprise. Wait, how'd that happen? Kind
Yeah,
of.
I even went to blaming my brother and sister.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
from the very beginning, like, why didn't you guys just talk to her, something? But I look back and I've gone through everything and it's like she already had it planned. So
Uh, yeah.
even before it came up.
Wow.
Mhm.
Thank you. Yeah. It's good to just watch. It's a good example. How do I react when I believe this thought? I kind of start to, inside talk about everything that's happening. This kind of person that does that, and they're doing that, and here's what this means. And I wonder how this even happened in the first place. Let's, make it go look backwards and kind of watching people's response and just noticing. If I'm afraid of where I think it's going, what this means.
Right, because like the look on her face was really like the judge was judgy in that moment.
Mm,
She looked very like pissed off.
yeah.
So yeah, she
Wow.
kept a really good mask on the whole time,
Hmm.
and yet she was very kind when I spoke to her too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Good to see. Larry.
I'm not sure if it's my statement. I'm having a visceral reaction to this whole conversation because it's like, well, God damn it. Of course you don't want migraines. And of course the judge was wrong. And of course the doctor, she's sitting there in the room and looking at her. She's a very sweet lady, but she's looking, it wasn't exactly there's no compassion, but I wanted to blame her.
Hmm.
Oh, it's like what happened to Dr. Demarcus Welby, MD? You sit in the room and they touch you and talk to you and actually ask you how you did. There was no, I don't know. I was just worried and scared and angry and wanting to blame her and
Hmm.
I'm right, of course.
Hmm.
Um,
Yes.
and it just the whole doctor experience is very scary for me.
Uh-huh.
You
Sure.
know,
Yeah.
they're looking at numbers and I don't know if it's bullshit or not. We don't know. I mean, I think doctors claim a godlike. I mean, I'm judging. I have this whole
Mhm.
judgment thing about it.
Sure.
Very sweet. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like anyway she was, um, you know, she was compassionate.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't claim that she knew everything. Um, you know, but it just, I don't know. I don't know what to, it's just,
Yeah.
God damn it. I'm
That's what
angry.
I think is good. It's just noticing it almost doesn't matter which doctor was in the room or something. There's just something about it all. It's frightening, you know.
Yes, for me, it is.
Yeah, it's like we're here talking about the body, which is temporary, you
Yeah,
know.
I don't accept that. I've never accepted that.
Yes. And I mean, I don't know. There's something in the mechanism that like wants to survive, and it seems like, um, and wants it not to be painful. And noticing when I get really gripped by that, I'm not very happy. I might be suffering,
Yes.
but we're
And
not.
to what you said earlier too about I can't just reading about illness
Sure.
with me.
Okay. Yeah, it's good.
So it's scary. The whole thing's scary, just very scary.
Uh-huh. Yes. So I mean, it's amazing to notice how frightening that all looks because it's just that awareness, that profound awareness that this body that I'm is like an envelope for me walking around in, or the mind walking around in, is not going to last. And so something about that that can, get the mind frightened. So it's not asking to sort of love pain and enjoy things that aren't enjoyable, but it's noticing what happens when I believe I don't want any of it, and watching the part that gets aggressive about it, or where I'm might have unnecessary suffering. If I start and when I hurt myself, I don't know, it was 2013, so however long ago that is. And if I start thinking about if only I hadn't done that move, and that was the stupidest thing, and I should have gone to the ER immediately, and things like that, which I did think for a while, and it would be great to have the work and just start like kind of going over the situation to imagine ways to have prevented it, even though it's already done whatever it's done. Um, then it would be just kind of like this suffering mode, you know, uh, uh, and like, I don't know, just my mind having a tension. And it doesn't mean I don't then move towards things that might help it. I learn about this here and I learn about that there, and I try different things, and then this thing really works, it turns out. And, just doing the best you can, like a student of this condition. But that it's possible not to have the suffering around that. So just noticing what happens when I believe it's like that shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't go this way. Don't want it, don't want it, don't want it. And the mind's images of that all happening, and like kind of aggressive. I'm against it, against it, against it. Mary.
Yeah, I was kind of focusing on the I don't want part. And my reaction when I, don't want this is I fight it. And I think that's my entire existence is is essentially in fight mode. It
Mm,
might be like maybe like I'm like the the resistance in Paris during the Nazi occupation. I feel like that's how I live. Like they were never free of being in the resistance because the Nazis were there.
mm.
So my headache condition is the Nazis,
Yeah.
and I'm in the resistance, the underground resistance, and I also hide it like from other people. I try to drug it away. I obsess over all sorts of approaches and treatments. I feel like a victim. I feel ashamed of the. And then I notice like I discount the life I live or the person I am when I'm feeling sick, in pain. Like I
Mm.
discount that. Like, well, that's not me. That's not my life. I'm just getting through that. It's like the French underground was never going to say like, oh yeah, we're Germans now. They were like, no, we're French. They're just like spending time here and they're not going to last. and we're going to come back out and be French, and this is going to be France. That's me. So yeah, and that creates like a physical resistance and tension actually in my body, I think. Like it's
Mm.
physical and psychological.
Mhm.
But then I can also become very sad and demoralized and troubled, sorry for myself. Um,
Mm.
yeah. And I just write things off like, oh, this is a bad day. This is a bad morning. This is a bad week. Um,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
bad life.
Yes.
If I really get there, I could be like, this has turned out to be a bad life.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
the
Heard
Germans won.
that. Yes.
Oh, sorry if there's anybody German here. I'm just going back to World War II, in particular, that time. So
Yes.
that's what happens to me.
Yeah. That's great. Great.
It's
Just
okay, Mary. I'm not
thanks.
offended.
Oh, okay. I happen to be reading a World War II novel, so it's kind of like fresh in my
Yes.
mind.
Yes. Uh, it's great. It's great. Which is really just great to notice resistance, and those things that the mind will come up with, like, this is actually not a great day or a great week. In fact, it's not a good life. You know, I just, Anya says, hi there from Germany. I love it. That's awesome, Anya. Oh, so couldn't have found a better comparison, she says. Yeah. So just the experience of also, defining oneself, saying, this is who I am or what I am. I am the one who is against this, who has to suffer and endure this situation, like being in this human experience that I don't like, by the way, whatever reality is. I'm got my fist up. I'm the one that had to go through this, and I resent it. Okay. So one more question here. What do you fear would happen if you didn't believe this? I always like to think I'm hanging on to something for good reasons, and I don't know if that's completely true, but I like to just, give the grace of that. Like, this thought comes in, I have it, it's repeatable, it kind of comes up. So is there something in me that's afraid if I don't have the thought, afraid of what it means? In other words, like, I need this thought, even though it's stressful. It keeps something going, it keeps something safe, it keeps me aware. I might just lay on the floor and do nothing if I didn't have this thought. Christine.
Yeah, that she would think we're bad people.
Oh, very
That
good.
we're evil.
Yes.
We're the mean, I mean, we were never stepkids, never could call us that. She was never our stepmother, but
Mhm.
just that kind of like, the three of you, look what you've done.
Oh,
You've caused this woman pain. Yeah.
oh, yes.
Yeah.
Good to just see that. I don't want to be perceived by, even if it's just one person, whatever, this collective.
That I'll never see again.
Yeah, I don't want them to perceive me as causing pain or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Right.
yeah.
Yeah, because when she did speak to us after she spoke to my dad's wife, she says, what I can say is there is emotion on the other side.
Mhm.
And I knew what she was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, Yeah, she had to deal with a lot of emotion that day,
Ah,
even
wow.
on our side.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was interesting, it turns out she's got a psychology degree. And
Interesting.
yeah, it was very interesting.
Yeah.
And an accounting degree. I know. She was the perfect person for the day. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Hmm.
It's good to just notice that I want to be seen. And that's okay. It's sort of like have compassion for that one that wants to be seen as somebody who's doing it right, offering help in the world, not causing trouble or whatever.
Right.
And that if I didn't have this thought, gosh, me not caring about that, or whatever, whatever it thinks. It's
Yeah,
good.
it's a small part of me that showed up,
Yeah, sure.
because my sister was really worried about
Mm,
that she would think we're just a bunch of entitled brats or something.
wow.
And I was like, well, I
Mm,
know I'm not.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was a small part of me and I think that small part of me was the child, because I
Mhm.
did feel very young and small in that moment. It's like I'm being scolded
Wow.
by a parent.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Good to see. Yeah.
Hmm.
Larry.
I'm prepared.
Oh,
Somehow tension, I joked, it, worry works. Worry works. Look,
yes.
bad
So they
things
drop.
haven't happened. It worked. In a such strange way. It's like, I don't know, there's this magical thinking that I can control things.
Yeah. Isn't that
Somehow
what
I
you
can make
notice?
things happen.
Yeah. So it's great to see, I need to keep this thought, and everything that springs from it or just the meaning about it, because otherwise I'd be totally surprised. I'd be unprepared. But I mean, you can't say, are you ever prepared for the bad news or whatever when something happens? Good,
Yeah, I mean, I could obviously bad things happen when I worry, good things happen when I worry. So
sure. Yes.
there's something I thought maybe when I was a child, it's probably true. I always got my way, or if I threw enough tantrums, somehow I can get my way,
Ah,
something like that.
yeah, I'll try that with the universe. I want my way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, the world should always go my way.
yeah. That's good. All right. And Karen says, I'm afraid I would not understand a thing. That is a great thing to just not like, even though it might be scary to not understand anything, maybe it's okay too. I don't understand anything. Why are we here? How did this happen? You know, just happens. Mary.
Well, if I, so the, let's see, where were we? I don't want this
Yeah.
condition.
If
So
you didn't believe
if
the thought.
yeah, if I didn't believe that thought, I kind of went with actually where Larry was like, well, of course she doesn't want migraine. It's like, it's like I wouldn't be normal. Like it's normal. This is normal. Of course you
Mhm.
don't want this. So
Mhm.
it keeps me normal to believe this thought.
Mhm.
Everybody wants to feel good and healthy and happy, and that like we all want that. Like why would I be any different than anybody else? But then and then the second part of that is sort of like I'd be embracing illness. I'd be embracing what I guess I'd be embracing something negative
Mhm.
if I didn't believe this thought, I don't want this.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
it doesn't make any sense. Like it's
Sure.
in the paradigm in which I was raised. I mean,
Yes.
like, do you want to be, do you want to feel bad? Do you want to be restricted? It's like,
Yeah.
of course you don't want that. Yeah, why would I give up that thought? That's a really like, I think it does come like it would mean I'd be embracing illness, and there's something wrong with embracing illness.
Yes. And I do love it how it'll imagine into kind of like I'm supposed to be sort of jumping for joy about this illness, and it doesn't really think, what if it just I what if it is like the way I am already is I'm not always thinking about it. Sometimes I'm thinking about it, sometimes I'm not. It's just not even
Mm.
not it's
Oh,
not even in my, it'll be like, no, I have to keep the thought like in this moment with the question because otherwise,
like, oh, yeah,
I'm crazy because I'm liking something that isn't, and we'll find out because maybe in turnarounds something shows up. But
yeah. So you just wouldn't be having thoughts one way or the other. You just
yes,
wouldn't be fixating on it,
yes, yes,
go, deciding that you need to weigh that I need to weigh in on this thing.
yes,
Kind
yes. It's sort of like all those spaces in between where even if
hmm
you've put a lot of attention to this, of course the mind has when it's got like a project, a life,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's still, there's many moments when it's not even on your mind.
hmm
Like we forget
hmm
that that's a part of us too, and that's been in here the whole time, in life. But it just, so it looks like though, when I'm giving my attention to it, I need to keep the thought. I don't want this. Never forget that I don't want it.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah. So really interesting to imagine. All right, well, so this, we'll just go into it. Who you'd be without the thought. Like you imagine the condition coming along, the sense of pain, the person saying that right in that moment. There they are looking the way they do, might be rejecting, I've labeled it as rejecting, but now I don't have the thought, this thought that I don't want it, that that's what it means. I don't grab onto the thought. I just relax. Who would I be without this story? If you like, you might like go up on the ceiling in the scene, come out of, your own body. It's an amazing that we can like kind of look down and go up on the ceiling and just watch what's happening there. Christine.
Yeah, in that moment that she says that, and the first thing that comes to my mind, it's not our fault either. And I'm confident in that
Yeah.
without a doubt. I've combed this over many times for the last 3 years, and I don't care what she thinks.
Mm,
I don't care what she thinks of us. She doesn't even know us.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
She doesn't have a clue.
yeah.
She learned a little bit about us.
Uh-huh.
She's worked
Uh-huh.
with us, but she doesn't know us.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll never see her again. It doesn't matter to me her opinion if she had one in that moment.
I even like
Yeah,
that.
because sorry, go ahead.
Well, I even like that if she had one, like who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe it was being said for the benefit of the other party or,
it could be, yes.
or
Like here she's sitting alone. The three of us are
yeah,
together. How pathetic. It's like it's not
yeah,
like anybody else hasn't judged us either along the way and like, oh, poor her. She's
yeah.
a widow now. And it's like all this,
Mhm.
sob story.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, of course people kind of lean over that way and feel sorry for her. I've
Mhm.
heard it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, even from one of our lawyers.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's judging us. So, yeah, because 3-1, it looks, sad to people. But yeah, I don't care what she thinks.
Nice.
I really don't. And the look on her face, she didn't look at us. She just kind of set it off to the side. And
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know what that meant. And
Isn't it great to realize you don't know what it really means, like what you're looking at. Yeah, without the
yeah, yeah, because, like you said, maybe she said it for the benefit of my dad's wife.
yeah.
Because she's good. She's really
Mhm.
good at what she does. Yeah. So,
Wow, it's great. That's
Mhm.
thank you.
Yeah.
Larry.
First of all, Mary, I thought your statement might be embracing something negative. I thought that was really insightful. There's something there for me too in that. So thank you. That was just great. Yeah. Then without the thought, doctors may find something wrong. There was one point I'm sitting there with Carol and she was wearing a mask. And at one point she took her mask off. The doctor took her mask. And Carol said to her, "Oh, you're so pretty. I've never seen you without a mask."
Mhm.
And her whole face brightened up and she became a human being to me.
Hmm.
And so I thought, without the thought, that's who she'd be. Is just an imperfect human being. I just see her as she is. She's trying to do her best for us. She's not saying anything to harm us. It's not like she is that Nazi doctor, who's experimenting on us. She really wants what she's just really wanting to be helpful and scared, like she may be scared like we are, like okay, even more so because maybe she'll make a mistake, you know.
Hmm.
She'll tell us something that's not accurate or, you know, whatever.
Human, yeah, human being who's done
Yeah.
a lot of education. I don't,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
like just so showing up and
Yeah, I think that's part of it because she has that education. So in my mind, she has the power of life and death.
that's a
She
good.
knows stuff I don't know and I'll never know. So I've got to believe her. That's another part of it is I've got to believe her. If she's saying this must be true,
Oh, sure.
which is like,
Yeah,
I get angry, but then I can see why she's fearful as well. So she's a human being, basically.
sure. Yes. Yeah. It's great. Yeah. Right. I take it without the thought. I just give these people are human, not whatever they are, like however I'm forming them to be, uh, people with these labels of all knowing or wrong or rejecting or whatever. Just looking at them do whatever they do. We're not in denial about what's happening in the situation. We're just relaxing without the story. It's very interesting to do with the physical pain. Who would you be without the thought? I find that pain is it's sort of like intensely there, and then your mind can almost lose it for a minute. Like your mind goes off and starts thinking about something else. Like it just kind of goes, and then it's like, well, wait, right, there's the pain. And but just sort of being with that sensation, just without with a uh, any kind of sense of relaxation. Just without the thought. So let's turn the thoughts around. So we've got, turned around to the self, turned around to the other, and to the opposite. So to the self, just putting only you in the original thought, like only yourself. So, I always find something wrong. I want me to acknowledge we didn't cause this. I don't want my painful thinking. I'm rejecting me because of my emotions. And just definitely bringing that in. And I really love Katie saying it's a kiss and not a slap. It's not a criticism. It's just awareness. Am I contributing somehow to this? I'm trying it on like a jacket, you know. I'm putting it on. I'm kind of standing in the shoes of that and just seeing, can I see it from that perspective? Can I find examples of how that's true? Christine.
Yeah, thank you for that. That, because when I look at the whole 3 years, it was supposed to turn out this way.
Ah, right, because it's the way it turned out. Yeah.
Everybody had their path. I backed out last December. Everybody still wanted to fight. They had to get to where they were. Everything had to turn out the way it did.
Yeah.
So it's nobody's fault, because I went to blame my brother and sister. I went to blame her. And yet what they're thinking and believe them drove them to do what they're doing.
Hmm.
And and the relationships weren't good from the beginning. So it was easy to just attack each other,
Uh-huh.
sadly.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see
And
how.
even when I think of, even our own lawyer, the estate lawyer, when I spoke to her last December, and she was on my dad's wife's side.
Wow.
I was like, she's judging us too, because she's all by herself. She's a widow. Like she had all this.
Hmm.
And it doesn't matter what anybody thought, that we could have ended this. Like we could have ended it.
Hmm.
Just give her what she wants.
Yeah.
But it wasn't meant to turn out that way. Everybody needed to walk their path and get to where they got to,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
Which
Was
is,
it you that said to me a couple of weeks ago that everybody need to exhaust themselves? Oh no, it was somebody else that they had to exhaust themselves because that's when you surrender,
sure. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then you're finally open,
Mm-hmm.
because even though the last 15 minutes were really confusing, at the end I walked out of there with my mouth dropped open. I'm just like, I can't believe this is over. I can't believe that that's what the judge decided. Wow, we're happy with the outcome.
It's great.
Yeah. So, but in that exhaustion, they all exhausted themselves. They finally surrendered, even the other side.
Sure. Which is great to see like
Yeah.
collective, it's not all about me, which I don't see you saying whatsoever. It's like just like this intricate system of things all doing whatever it needs to do. Kind of like, the
Yeah. No, I learned that last December because I did want things my way.
uh
I was really throwing a huge tantrum. I was mad after that court date. I was like, this could be over with today. I was just like this so righteous. And
yes.
then did a deep inquiry about it and realized I'm messing around in somebody else's path when I want them to listen to me. So I just totally was able to surrender myself. Go ahead, guys. You know.
Great. Wow.
So, but yeah, I learned that the other day, like in the exhaustion, that's when you surrender, and that's so true.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful.
it's
Yeah.
actually beautiful, you
Yes.
know.
Just trust, could be like got this like when you're a mother taking care of a little baby that won't go to sleep. And you're just like, go to sleep. So that I can go to sleep. And then you realize, oh, it's just nothing to do but allow them their own process.
Well, yeah, turning over every leaf,
Yeah.
like even listening to Larry talk about the doctor's visits, like she's turning over every leaf,
Hmm.
you know, to help, to take in whatever she's doing. And this is what everybody had to do was turn over every leaf, exhaust themselves, and then they felt satisfied.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
to let go.
Thank you. Yeah. Others. So there's, to the self. So really trying that on, just being with it. To the other, switching places with the thing that you're looking at, like um pain doesn't want me. Mary.
Yeah, I actually got that. This condition doesn't want me, is an interesting one.
Hmm.
because I was thinking, well, how is that true? It's sort of like, well, there's this condition
Mhm.
in the world, sort of like it would be like the weather. It would be like saying like the weather wants you or not. The weather doesn't want or not want you. The weather just is the
True.
weather.
Yes.
So it's like there's no wanting of me, but this
Yeah.
ego story, me related. So
True.
that was one.
Yeah.
And then of course, the challenging is the opposite. I do want this migraine condition, but I actually got that pretty quickly. Like it's what I've been living with my whole life. So it would be about wanting me and wanting
Oh,
my story, my life, my lessons, it instead of seeing it as an enemy and an oppressor,
yes.
it would just be, I don't know, like the weather metaphor is interesting because if you lived, say you lived in Alaska and you were railing against snow the whole time. And then you did the work and you would be like, oh, I want snow. Right. This
Yeah.
has been my life. This
Yeah.
is like I can embrace this lifestyle and now maybe I can, make an igloo.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. Which is
yeah,
great.
something about that, like
Yeah.
stopping in the fight and the perception of the enemy
Yeah. Me versus enemy. Me
versus this
separating.
enemy, seeing this condition as an enemy. Um,
And interesting to see if it's ever, I know you've done this before, but like seeing if it's given me a benefit of any kind, you know?
oh yes, definitely. I can always
Yeah.
see Ben. That's not hard at all.
Yeah.
It's so obvious. I get bored with it.
Yeah.
And a little bit annoyed, like I don't want to see the benefits
Yeah. Yeah.
at this very moment, but yeah,
Yes. I mean,
I'd
What is
still
the
rather win
benefit?
the
Can I
lottery.
ask, what is the benefit then, Mary? I know you're bored with it, but what's the benefit?
Oh God, like deeper life, deeper life. Like more compassion and empathy and sympathy and understanding of others with struggles and suffering. I mean, suffering is so essential in life.
Mhm.
And, I came from a relatively privileged middle class background, and illness is very humbling, like I'm not a spoiled, arrogant, like, I didn't get my way, all the time.
Mhm.
And, I don't know. It's connected me to the human condition. I would say my spiritual path and spiritual interests have been very much driven by it. Um, yeah, yeah. And then even experiences like riding my bike 30 miles in excruciating pain. I mean, it's like I'll never forget that. What capacity came out from within myself or what I was able to do, while having extreme pain. I mean, I've had experiences like other people have never had, or most,
Mhm.
you know, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess.
I've appreciated the example of like learning how to just be your own immensely compassionate caretaker. So if you have to say no to others who
Oh,
are,
boundaries. Yes,
yeah, just to the point.
absolutely learning boundaries.
Yeah, you just
Hmm.
know wherever something needs to move based on yeah, that's your job. Uh, yeah, to move away or move towards or say yes or say no.
Yeah,
Pretty.
self-knowledge versus maybe being a people pleaser and somebody who always wanted to cater to others and rise to some image of myself that perhaps would have taken me away from my soul, a more soulful life. Um, because I couldn't live up to the image that was presented as this is the life you should have, sort of to be successful.
Mm.
Um, so that's some of it.
Thank you for sharing it. Didn't sound so boring.
I guess I'm like
I
that
know you are.
one.
I know that already.
I'd rather just go like have
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. Uh, so yeah, switching places with the other, whoever you're looking at, I'm rejecting them. I'm whatever. There, I'm saying she caused it if I want to. I don't know.
Yeah, I want me to acknowledge that Judge didn't cause my reaction.
Yes, yes,
Because that's a really, good point to go into, like looking at the child's reaction,
yeah,
and because that's what happened when I felt
yes,
really small. The child showed up.
yeah, yeah.
Because I knew my first response was, hello, we didn't cause this either. So adult Chris was there, and then, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I bet you that must happen in courtrooms all the time where there's like parent-child kind of, you know, orientation. Yeah.
Well, that's what it feels like,
Yeah.
right? The big
Right.
old judge up there. It's
Totally.
like going to the doctor too. You feel like so
Yeah.
small,
Yeah.
it's so intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just really feeling that out like a, collective, I'm on equal footing, human beings helping each other out, like just sort of being there, doing what we do. And then just looking with dropping your story is an incredible exercise. Not easy. And then finding these turnarounds, without uh, using it to stab yourself with a knife, like just I'm, it's compassionate and, or the other person, like seeing there's something about the nature of just being with this incident, the situation, this condition, and kind of even saying I allow it to be the way it is. I know we say that a lot. It sounds gentle, but there's no allowing. No one is allowing it to be the way it is. It's just happening, and I'm a part of all of it. I'm the wind that's going and in this weather that shows up the way it does, and that it's okay. What an amazing question to ask, whatever it is that looks like a difficult thing. Say, what if it's okay the way it is? Can I notice that it's okay? Could this situation be happening for me, not happening to me? And that doesn't mean, oh, I hope it goes on forever and never stops. But I like noticing when it stops, like even when you go to sleep. No stories, no pain. Even if you wake up because you're in pain, for a while you were asleep. And you never know, it will change. I know when I think about my physical pain of my injury, there was a time when I felt like I couldn't sleep because of the pain. And then so something happened next, and something happened next, and then something happened, and it come it went away. There's no pain. It's never interrupting my sleep at night. Who knows? How did you come around to the end of it, Aaron? Just curious.
Well, I wasn't so sure about how to turn it around to the self,
Uh,
because it went to the opposite. I do want physical pain, um,
sure.
and
Okay.
then pain doesn't want me. But I mean, if I didn't have physical pain, like you'd burn your hand, or I mean, pain is a
Yeah,
messenger.
yeah.
So I kind of was looking at it like that, and then being more the observer of the experience of it and all the things I'm against when I'm in it. Um, like, I want to sleep. I'm tired of this.
Yes.
Um, but I kind of coming away with being your own immensely compassionate caregiver, because
Mm.
when I'm in it, I just feel like I'm totally alone. There is no help. And if I do ask for help, it's not safe. So there's lots of layers to it. So that's good to like go, oh,
Yeah.
there's, yeah.
Yes. So, I mean, just even in that, maybe it's helping you learn how to ask for help safely. Who knows? But it's
Yeah.
just, I don't know what this is for, but it's here. And I like the turnaround of the self is I don't want painful thinking
Oh, that's right.
about
Okay.
the
Thank
pain.
you.
Yeah, I don't want the painful thinking about the pain.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Beautiful work today, everybody, as always. Yeah, just beautiful. So lovely to be with you all.
Thank you very much. This is great. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Grace.
you're so welcome. Have a great
Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody.
yeah.
Thanks, Grace.
Enjoy. We'll see you next time. All right. Lots of
You
love,
bet.
friends.
Yeah, same to
Bye.
you guys.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.